everyone, welcome back for another tutorial. Now in today's tutorial we are going to make this sun hat with a relatively wide brim, because sometimes the sun can be really so hot and you don't want it on your face. I used 3 strands, which means I combined lightweight yarn, which is 100% acrylic, and a 5.5 millimeter hook. You can use any yarn of your choice, okay? It's entirely your choice. While you're here and haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly please subscribe to this channel and let's grow this community together. I appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Now, without wasting any time, get all your necessary requirements that you need for this tutorial and let's get right back into it. You are going to love this. Catch you. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn how to make a sun hat, and these are the requirements of this tutorial. You will need yarn of your choice. I'll be using 100% acrylic yarn that I will combine in 3 strands, a 5.5 millimeter hook, scissor, a needle, stitch marker, or this for those of you who don't have stitch marker, and a wire or cord that we will wrap around the beam of this sun hat. Now let's begin. We are going to start by making a magic ring, and this sun hat is for someone whose head circumference is 21 inches. But I will guide you on how to get the right measurement for your head. To do that, you need to get a tape measure and wrap it around your head. It will give you the circumference of your head. Now, mostly for an adult is 21 or 22 inches, which is 53 or 56 centimeters. Now that we've gotten the measurement, let's get that aside and start. To make a magic ring, this is how I make mine. I wrap the yarn around like this and hold it down here. There are so many ways of making a magic ring, okay? And then I insert my hook inside the ring, pull out the yarn and chain 1, okay? Now I have my magic ring here. I'm going to put 8 single crochets inside this magic ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I have 8 single crochets here. Now we are going to get the tail of this magic ring and pull it like that to close the ring, okay? Now we have 8 single crochets in here. All right, to close the ring, go on top of these first single crochets which we made at the beginning, okay? Be sure to count. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So slip stitch on top of this first single crochet we made in the beginning. I made it too tight, but you should be able to slip through yours. Pull out the loop like that and slip stitch, okay? There you have your first row of this sun hat, which is 8 single crochets. Now let's progress to row 2. In row 2, we are going to insert 2 single crochets on top of every stitch that you see here. At the end of row 2, you should be able to have 16 number of single crochets. At this point, you get your stitch marker and place it here for those of you who have a stitch marker. But if you don't have a stitch marker, I'm going to be guiding you on how to use a thread. Okay, get a thread like that, and we'll place it here. Okay, like that. It will help us know where our row starts and ends, and in each stitch put 2 single crochets. Okay, 1, 2. Go through all the loops like that. We're not crocheting in the back loops, but we are going through all the loops. All right, like that. Make single crochets all round. At the end of row 2, you should have 16 number of single crochets. I'll meet you at the end of row 2. I'm at the end of row 2. I have 16 number of stitches here. So get your thread, bring it back here for us to start row 3, because we are crocheting in the round. Okay, now in row 3, you are again going to increase by 8 more stitches. Mark that somewhere. Know that in every row you are increasing it by 8 more stitches. In row 1 we had 8 stitches, in row 2 we have 16, and in row 3 we are going to have 24 number of stitches. To start row 3, okay, you will insert your hook in here, pull up a loop 1, okay, and then in the next stitch put 2 single crochets in the same space, and then again 1 single crochet in the next stitch, put 2 single crochets in the same space, again 1 single crochet in the next stitch, put 2 single crochet in the same stitch. Repeat this all round. At the end of this row you should have 24 number of single crochets. I'll meet you at the end of row 3. I'm at the end of row 3. I have 24 number of stitches here. So you again get your yarn, which you're using as a stitch marker, and place it behind there. It will help you know where the row ended to be able to start row 4. Now this is what we will repeat. You will continue to expand this for at least, in total you should have 9 rows. We're already in row 3, so you'll make row 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, or an equivalent of 6 inches. All right, the circle should be 6 inches. We want to have a circumference that can wrap through our head. I am making a sun hat with a circumference base of 6 inches. Okay, when you are done expanding for 6 inches or equivalent of what can wrap on your head, I will meet you here to start the next part of this tutorial. Catch you until then. I'm at the end of my 9th row. I have 72 number of stitches here, and this is an equivalent of 6 inches wide. When you get your tape measure and measure this, you have 6 inches. Now for the next row, we are not going to be increasing. We will crochet in the round. What we are going to do is continue to put single crochets in every stitch here, but without increasing. So at the end of row 10, you should have 72 number of stitches. All right, I'll meet you at the end of row 10. I'm at the end of row 10. I have 72 number of stitches, so I will bring my stitch marker over to this side. For those of you who are not having stitch markers, we are using this as a stitch marker. But if you have a stitch marker, you just get your stitch marker and place it there. It will help you know where the next row will start from. Okay, now you will continue with no increases for at least 4 more inches. Okay, as you crochet this, it is going to curve and make a bowel shape, and 4 inches or up to a point where it can touch the base of your ear. So it is between 3 to 4 inches for any of us here. I'll continue with that, and as it curves, I will come back here again and show you how that is going on. Catch you until then. So which means we are now going to row 11, 12, 13, 14, up to the extent where we have gotten our 3 to 4 inches just in between there. Catch you. I'm back. I went on and made rows of no increases for 4 inches, and this is how our sun hat has taken shape. Okay, earlier in row 10 we started making rows of no increases and still maintained 72 number of stitches, and I'm at the end of my 26th row where I have 4 inches of this, and in these 4 inches I have 72 number of stitches each. You should continue increasing this until it touches the base of your ears. Let me demonstrate that for you on my dummy base. Okay, we are assuming that the ear is somewhere here, and you want it to be at the base of your ear. So when you flip this, okay, so this is what I was explaining about. Okay, now from here up to this side is 4 inches. Let's take a measurement of it, and this is how it looks like from behind. Put this aside and straighten this out like that. Get your tape measure. Okay, 4 inches. I hope you can say that. 4 inches and 4 inches. Four inches, okay, like that. Now this is entirely a very practical tutorial. As you increase this, you're able to know that this is long or short for your head. As long as it slips and goes right under the back of your ears, you are good to go. Okay, and while you're here and enjoying this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate all of you being here, and I also have a similar tutorial on how to make a sun hat. You can check it in the description box below. Now for row 27, bring forth your stitch marker and then make slip stitches. Okay, ensure that they're not too tight. Make slip stitches all round. So in row 27 we will be making slip stitches. I'm going to meet you at the end of this row. In the end, you should still maintain 72 number of slip stitches. Is that okay? No increase, no decrease, but 72 number of slip stitches. Catch you when I'm at the end of my row. Don't make them too tight, and this is how my slip stitch is looking like so far. I have finished to slip stitch all around. I have 72 number of slip stitches here. Now for row 28 we are going to get back to increasing. Okay, in row 9 we increased up to until we had 72 number of stitches is somewhere here. And I told you in the beginning that for every row we are increasing by 8 number of stitches, meaning in row 28 we will have 80 number of stitches from 72 to 80. Now to start row 28, draw your stitch marker back there, okay? Just put it at the back of your head that you are in row 10 if you don't want to get lost with these increases. Remember, in row 9 we made 1, 2, row 9 is here, we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then in the 8th stitch we made 2 single crochets in the same stitch, which in turn gave us 9 number of stitches here. So just put at the back of your head that you are in row 10 of increases and you will be having 10 stitches at the end of row 10, but in reality this is going to be row 28, whereby in the end you will maintain 80 number of stitches. Now let's begin with the increases. To start, you are going to put your single crochets in the back loop, okay? Go in the back loop. Remember, I used 3 strands, so I need to go through all the 3 strands and make a single crochet, 1, yeah, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now in the next stitch I will make 2 single crochets in the same space, which will in turn be 9 and 10. Okay, repeat this, 8 single crochets, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then in the 9th stitch put 2 single crochet in the same space. Okay, continue with this all round. In the end you will have 80 number of single crochets, and what we are doing here is that by making single crochets in the back loop is going to allow this stitch to flatten out, to spread out. Instead of it curving in, it's going to spread out. And as we continue, you will be able to see what I am explaining here. Catch you when I'm at the end of row 28 with my 80 number of stitches. I'm at the end of row 28. I have 80 number of stitches. Bring forth your stitch marker to this side and let's start row 29. In row 29 you will increase, okay? So this time you're not going through the back loop but through all the stitches, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and in the 10th stitch put 2 single crochets. Okay, repeat this all round At the end of row 29, you should have 88 number of stitches. Row 30, repeat the same pattern. In the end of row 30, you will have 96 number of stitches. I'm going to meet you when we will start row 31. Catch you until then. I'm at the end of row 30. I have 96 number of stitches. Let's spread this out. So this is how your sun hat is taking shape. Okay, the increases make the brim to flatten out instead of folding in. Now for row 31, we are going to be making single crochet all round without increasing. At the end of row 31, we will still have 96 number of stitches, like that, and make single crochets. Single crochets all around. I'll meet you when I'm here. I'm at the end of row 31. I have 96 number of stitches because we didn't increase, and this is how the brim still looks like. Okay, in row 32, let's take this back there. In row 32, you are going to increase, and in the end you should have 104 number of stitches. So to start, you're going to put here 1. So remember, in row 30 you made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and in the 11th stitch you had 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Now for row 32, you will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and in the 12th stitch you will put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. I'll meet you when I'm almost making the 2 single crochets in the same stitch. I've made 11 single crochets, and in the 12th stitch I'll put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Again, make 11 single crochets. Okay, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and in the 12th stitch put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Repeat this all around. At the end of this row, you should have 104 number of single crochets. I'll meet you when I'm at the end of my row. I'm at the end of row 32. I have 104 number of single crochets all around. In row 33, you are not going to increase. You will make single crochets all around and still have 104 number of single crochets. And in row 34 and 35, you will have 112 number of single crochets. In row 36 and row 37, you will have 120 number of single crochet. Now this is how you will continue to expand your brim. A row of increase alternating between, you will be alternating between a row of increase and no row of increase. I will expand my brim like this sun hat here. Okay, I'm going to make a sun hat which is like this. So when I'm done expanding up to this point, I will come back here and show you how to wrap this cord round the sun hat to keep it in place. Until then, catch you. Don't forget to get back to the tutorial in case you get lost in a row, and follow slowly or play this tutorial in a slow mode. Catch you. I'm back from extending my brim, and this is row 50 for me. At the end of my 50th row, I have 176 number of stitches, and this is just enough for me. You can see how my brim is. It is the way that I wanted it. For row 51, it's going to be my last row. We will not be increasing anything. That's the part where I will be attaching this cord round so that it will hold the sun hat in place. Okay, you can use any cord of your choice as long as it's something that can hold this sun hat in place. Let me unravel it like that. So we will be crocheting this all around the sun hat. To start, you're going to get it like this, pass it like that, okay, and make single crochets all around. All right, this is how you will do it, like that, like that, okay. We will not be increasing, and this is going to be our last row. At the end of this row, you should have 176 number of stitches. All right, like that. It is going to help hold this brim firm so that it won't be sloppy. But if you want your sun hat to be sloppy, you will end just at this. Make single crochets all around without a cord, string, or anything, and then wrap it up. Okay, but for those of us who are putting a cord like me because they want their sun hat to hold and be in place, this is what you will do. Okay, like that. So you can see it's already holding it in place. I'm going to continue crocheting this all around like this, and we meet when we close this row. Catch. I'm approaching to the end of my row. This is where my cord meets, so I used a seal tape to tape it together. This is what I used. You can use any seal tape to do that, or a glue, I don't know, whatever thing that can work. So we will be crocheting on it like this. Okay, I just wanted to show you how I connected my cords together. When you're done doing that, you just go about crocheting on top of it or over it like that. Like that. Like that. Almost there. Are you seeing that? We're ending. We're finishing. So this is where I started from. This is my last stitch. Okay, pull out your thread like that, like that, like that. So this is how the sun hat is looking like. Okay, it helps the brim to be flat instead of it being sloppy. Okay, but if you wanted a sloppy brim, it's all right. The cord isn't anything that you should worry about. Now when you're done doing this, we are going to hide this thread. I pulled it long enough because I wanted to show you people what I normally do to make it firm. So now I've inserted my yarn in the needle. This is what we are going to do. We are going to seal off and hide this, because it appearing like this is not fancy at all. So this is what I'm going to do. I just wanted to show you this so that you can finish it off very well, okay? Like that. I really made the thread very long because I need to show you people something after here. And like that. Okay? Like that. Very long, and it can get entangled. Just work with what you can. Like that. Okay? So I will go ahead and keep on hiding this because I don't want it to appear. And I also figured how to make the brim more firmer. That's why my thread is really very long. Okay. Like that. Like that. So you see the cord is kind of appearing. I don't know if you people can see this. It's kind of appearing at the border, and I want it to be thicker. I don't want it to appear. So this is what we are going to do. Okay, this is entirely optional. This is what you will do. You are going to get your thread like this and then pass it. Like that. I think that it will help hide this somehow. So I will go ahead and do this all around like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you can see that it is beginning to get thicker and hiding out this cord which is appearing from inside. Let me show you. This is what I'm trying to achieve, okay? You pass it all around like that. Okay, so I'm going to do this all around and meet you here when I'm done passing the thread inside this brim. I'm now in the end. This is my last one. Bring it over here. Wow. Okay, let's bring this yarn over this side and then just pass this here so that we can cut out this yarn. like that. Like that. This loose end, you can hide it out, but this is how our sun hat looks like. It is really so beautiful, very easy to work with. Single crochets, a repeat pattern, and see what we have made. I hope you like this tutorial. I'm always grateful to show you people anything that I come up with. I made two in mustard and coffee brown, just perfect for a sunny day. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my social media handles, which are in the description box below. Catch you in my next tutorial. Bye.